bestie Key is a massive fanboy of TF2. He still plays it to this day and even drags me on sometimes to come play it with him, and I always have a great time playing heavy. What's up, Key?
All right, well, first of all, yeah, I'm a fan. Second of all, I don't play it as often as I do. And third, I haven't made you get on ever since you did that one collab.
Key hates me, so we hang out less. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hit the like button, subscribe button, leave a comment down below to feed the algorithm quads. We are checking out TF2 lore, which Key already knows the lore, but he says he wants to brush up on it with me, so let's do it together. Yeah, I know none of it.
Oh, it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
I'm excited. So, yeah, just double check to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I have a lot of YouTube channels that I upload on every day, so just make sure you're subscribed to this one because we're on the road to 350,000 subscribers, which you can be one of those. Yeah, let's get into it. Code word for today is what?
Heavy.
Heavy.
Because that's your favorite class, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. I love heavy so much.
Nice. All right.
Look at it. There's one time where I did polls with Key and Call, and I accidentally skipped the purple I got.
Oh yeah. She accidentally skipped the unusual that she got from her last crate.
Yep, I skipped it by accident.
Of the Dash's opening. Good times.
Yep.
Team Fortress has remained one of the most well-known and popular FPS series for decades at this point. And during all this time, a story has been built that somehow makes sense in the end. So join me as I go over everything you need to know about this universe. Hi everybody, I'm here on a rooftop. You know, I'm just in a chaotic mood, pouring water and dropping loose change on pedestrians, blinding pilots with this magnifying glass.
Jesus!
And of course, who can forget about cutting ropes that are lifting grand pianos up multiple stories for some reason. So Team Fortress 2, TF2, whatever you want to call it, surprisingly coherent story. The best way.
There's a lot that just happened in the first 30 seconds of this video. This
Bro,
guy's just
bro's a menace to society.
Yeah, kinda. God.
He's like, anyway, so I'm a menace to society, and I'm here to talk about TF2.
Describe it is as chaotic, and you'll see that in about 30 seconds, I would say. So Team Fortress takes place on an alternate version of Earth with a few major differences. A majority of gameplay occurs in New Mexico, but before I'm actually able to explain why that is, first we gotta take a look at the centuries of history before any modern mercenaries fight each other. Let's start off between the 1500s to the 1800s. Many historical figures do about what they normally do, but they get a little bit wackier with it. Most US presidents in this story slept near gas leaks, and everyone else took a swig of the silly juice. To give an idea, hats are a sign of wealth with a caste system, and real-world figures like William Prescott would shoot poor people to decrease the ratio of people without hats. Compared to some of the other stuff down the line, this is nothing.
The hat economy only grows stronger.
Oh man, it's so real.
Oh my god,
so real.
The plebeians without the virtual hats
You don't
must
have a
perish.
hat on, then fucking die.
First up, let's say hello to Shakespeareocles, the strongest writer who's ever lived. Not only was he a literary genius, but he was also just a regular genius, inventing the stage play, the rocket jumper, and America. His downfall comes when he invents the multiple story building, but not...
What?
Is this actual lore for the game?
This is TF2 lore, yes.
Oh my fucking god, I think he was trolling! What
No, Shakespeareocles is real, and he invented rocket jumping.
What?
Yeah, stairs weren't invented until later on.
Holy shit!
And as he's saying, his downfall came when he invented multi-story buildings, but not stairs. And it just goes on from there.
I'm so glad you're here for this, bestie, because I really would have been like, oh, this is okay. Whenever we get to the actual
I
lore.
forgot Shakespeareocles was in this for a second. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Up to this point, stairs never existed, and they won't for a very long time. So the only way folks would go up the stories was through rocket jumping, which is the process of jumping as you shoot a rocket from a rocket launcher, propelling yourself upwards. This becomes about as ordinary as skateboarding, where a lot of people know how to do it, but it's really scary when you get into it. So Tony Hawk will be the pioneer of rocket jumping. Then a 200-year gap happens where everything's roughly the same, but also not really. The Revolutionary War for America, the Boston Tea Party, all that stuff happens in America, but George Washington considers himself a failure for never being able to become invisible. And military officer Benedict Arnold commits the crime of refusing to eat soup offered to him. In 1788, a man named Nicholas Crowder is among the first people to leave Britain and head to Australia. Partway though, he changes his mind and moves to the South Pole, then making a deal with a foreign mafia and taking over both both poles somehow gaining mythical powers, thus beginning the horrors of Old Nick, who
Dude, DMT is a hell of a drug, bro.
It is, man. I love it.
That's wild work, bro. Holy shit, this is so sick.
This is canon, yeah.
Oh
I
my
forgot about.
god.
I didn't know this lore about Saint Nick, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
like Santa, abducts naughty children to make them cool weapons and hats that he would eventually sell in a get-rich-quick scheme.
Oh.
So he's like a 3 out of 10 Santa. Then in 1822, a businessman for a company called Mann named Zephariah Mann loses his wife when she gives birth to triplets. Now the first two he names Redmond and Blutarch, and they grow up to become stupid idiots who are dumb idiots. They're dumb and stupid, and their BMIs are higher than their IQ. Dum-dums. Now the third son is completely different, hyper-intelligent, invented a new form of algebra. At this age, he can already talk. As the father plans to smother him to death, an eagle swoops in and takes him as food. This is a problem at the time. Now Gray is actually going to survive this instance. When dropped off to the eagle nest, he kills the mother eagle along with her babies before crawling back to civilization and using his intellect to grow an empire. 28
This baby bodied an eagle family
Yeah.
and then proceeded to make an empire.
Mm-hmm.
years will then
Honestly,
pass
if you're
in
not
an
doing that, you're not. Your net worth is not going up ever.
You know what? You know what? I'm not worthy of living. I just don't have enough hats, and I don't have enough eagle bodies. You know, and that's
Bestie, we can fix that. Don't worry.
you know what? There's time
with the hats at least. You know?
Yeah, we'll get
So you
the
won't be a
hats, and we'll
peasant
move on
like
to
the rest
eagles
of them.
next. Yes.
Yeah, eagles are next. Don't worry.
1850, Redmond and Blutarch, now working in Manco with Zephariah, convinces him to purchase a shit ton of land in New Mexico. Unfortunately, on account of the brothers having as many brain cells as I have eyelashes, it turns out all of this land is going to end up being useless desert and nothing more than the gravel capital of the world. And then all of a sudden, Zephariah frickin' dies and stuff. He has unfinished business. He's going to be stuck on Earth forever. Heaven and hell exist in this story, by the way. Now, Zeph is a bit salty about spending his final years with all this useless desert space, so on his will, he gives his friend Barnabas Hale the company of Manco, he gives his assistant Elizabeth the company to watch over, and he gives his two sons the useless land perfectly equally, where the bros are going to keep fighting over it for the rest of their lives.
All right, that's blue team and red team. Yeah.
As the Gravel Wars. So
all
then
right.
they each hire mercenaries to fight over the land indefinitely. The first batch of mercs includes a few folks like Nikola Tesla, and this guy, he looks neat, but most importantly, Abraham Lincoln as the Team Pyro. In 1857, Abraham Lincoln finally invents stairs and dies.
What the fuck?
Not only was he the pyro, he invented stairs
He
in
invented
1857,
stairs!
which was about.
Holy shit!
That's amazing.
Trying in the middle of
incredible.
Oh my
rocket
god!
jumping to his stairs in his lab in the Ford Theater, where John Wilkes Booth, known for his Tower of Hats, also assassinates him, wanting to get the top hat. In my opinion, Lincoln's death is the third most embarrassing way to die, right outside of forgetting to drink water and smoking. This tragedy scares all scholars enough to where they agree to never invent anything ever again, instead opting to learn exclusively astrology. Now by this time, the son of Barnabas Hale, Bilius Hale, has taken his father's position and proceeds to beat the shit out of John Wilkes Booth as he holds him down, letting the public take turns shooting the criminal in a public execution.
Hell
This
yeah.
is also around the time where the most valuable resource is discovered, something objectively more powerful than gold and oil combined. Australium, named after the country it was founded in. Australia
I knew that would get you off guard.
Yeah, no.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Australia.
can easily change states of matter and is absurdly valuable. By the start of the 20th century, they already attained an advanced country by our standards. And it's basically vibranium, but instead of being given to a mostly peaceful and pretty cool bunch of people, it's given to Australia. Good Lord, danger. Now, just by being exposed to the materials, the Australians all get giant muscles, majestic facial hair, and
that's
become
sick.
obsessed with drinking and fighting. This
Hell
shit's
yeah.
laced with testosterone. When the Australian will run out, so will everyone everyone's abilities, so it's real important that that doesn't happen. Otherwise, the Australians become squishy baby humans again. But not really, because like the outback is scary, dude. And even though he's not alive until the mid-1900s, Saxton Hale is the exception. Even though he is Australian, he doesn't lose his abilities. Maybe he fell into a pot of it as a baby. Maybe he worked so hard to give his abs. He's
His
immune.
chest hair is
Or maybe
Australia,
it's
by
because
the way.
he's Saxton freaking Hale. Does it
That is the most beautiful Australian man ever gifted to
He's
this
amazing.
earth.
He's
matter?
beautiful.
1890 is when another era occurs. Redmond and Blutarch have been fighting for 40 years at this point, with no progress on either side. They both have agreed whoever dies first loses. And as the brothers near old
Valid.
age, Blutarch gets the idea to simply outlive Red and hires Radigan Conacher to make him an immortality machine that runs on liquid Australium, capable of keeping him alive for
Oh, that's
seemingly
fucking
until
sick.
Australium runs out. However, Elizabeth, still working for Manco for some reason, hires Radigan to give Redmond the same machine, thus making the endless battle become super duper endless. This means nothing. The brothers are still at the same point. In 1921,
All right then, never
the
mind.
Staircase saga finally comes to an end when American President Franklin D. Roosevelt loses his legs in a rocket jump disaster, and he gets so peeved how not wheelchair.
No.
Yeah, that's how he lost his
No.
legs. You didn't know?
No. Holy shit.
Accessible America
That one
is,
happened
he
in real
stumbles
life,
upon
too.
Abraham
Oh, of
Lincoln's
course.
notes and finally invents the proper staircase. In the 1930s through the
Oh my God,
mid-1960s,
proper
a lot is going to start happening. Now, you might notice there's actually a number next to the word Team Fortress. This number is controversially known as a 2. In this case, it implies that there is a second Team Fortress, meaning that chances are there might just be another Team Fortress game. That's what happens in the 1930s. Team Fortress Classic takes place during this time. And guess what? This means nothing. Nothing changes. The war is the same. But it happened. It's around this time that Saxton will finally inherit Manco. He makes hats and weapons and all this stuff the brothers used to fight, quickly growing to become one of the richest men in America.
Hell
and hunting
yeah.
down all of those ahead of him. In his free time, he's gonna get a girlfriend named Maggie and hunt down any powerful animals he can find, thus making many species go extinct. This
Jesus
creates a
Christ,
lifelong
man.
rivalry with his old teacher, Charles Darwin, the inventor of the zoo and the protector of all wildlife, who saves animals from Saxton's Australianness. In this period, so much happens. Mercy
That picture's amazing. Fucking Charles Darwin. Oh.
I can't, bro.
Oh.
mercenaries swap out or die or retire and all of that. The fight's going, but there still is one more thing worth noting. It's unknown what actually happens to Elizabeth, but the mantle is given to her granddaughter Helen, more commonly known as the administrator. She's gonna hire an assistant that goes by Miss Pauling, and just like her grandma, the administrator is pushing for perfect neutrality, preventing either side from knowing that it's rigged from the start, really prohibiting any sort of advancements. And you can also tell because she's wearing purple, and purple is between red and blue. It's now 1967, and we are finally at TF2, good old TF2, the game that's been around for nearly 2 decades and hasn't been updated for half of it. On one hand, these characters have a lot of complexity and things going on in their lives, but at the same time, they're doing exactly what the mercs have always been paid to do: fight for red or fight for blue. Also, Apple exists already. Sure. It's very pick and choosy what occurs here. There are 18
Okay, that's very okay. All right, he got in early.
mercs in TF2, 9 per side. It's unknown if they're all doppelgangers or why they get killed all the time on camera but continue to respawn. Answering both of these questions, the former, I have no idea. The latter, there's immortality machines. Is it really that hard to believe that there could be, like, respawns in a controlled area? The point is,
yeah,
as
fair
long
enough.
as these 18 mercs are fighting, nothing will change. They're doing a 9 to 5 where they kill each other. And I actually don't need to introduce all 18 mercs. Due to circumstances I'll get into, Miss Pauling actually develops a significantly stronger relationship with the red team, and as such, when things happen, we spend way more time with the red team, meaning that as a result, we know way more about them and they're far more prominent. That's not to say that blue team's useless, but roughly 90% of all the team-specific moments go to red. For example, one of the locations the team usually fights in is Two Fort, and as a PR stunt, the administrator hired a filmmaker to market the mercenaries on red to justify all of the fighting in the local populace. And this ends up working
what the
pretty
fuck?
quickly,
That's
also in part
cool.
because the town water supply has been riddled with lead on account of Well, you know. Oh, by the way, the whole stunt leads to the film guy's death. It's used as a warning to keep everyone, like, not sharing their information. The administrator is not the type of boss who has casual Fridays. Like, to give an idea, Heavy and Pyro go to her firsthand and ask for weapons, and her first instinct is to blow everybody up. So let's start off with the more simple moves and work our way up. Starting off with basically who's the mascot man?
Yay,
The Heavy! A Russian man named Misha, whose
boy.
family got sent to Siberia camps in 1941 when his father was part of the USSR counter-revolutions. After 3 months here, he leads his family out into the Siberian mountains where they hunt bears. Heavy does a bunch of stuff for his folks, yet he still finds time for his own passions and relationships. He gets
I love him so much. He's just a good guy.
a
He's
PhD
incredible.
in Russian literature, he likes sandwiches, and he especially cares for the team medic. Heavy's gonna remain this stoic and wise, friendly pal, who does in fact have a kill count that reaches the triple digits. Next, there's Sniper, Mick
I love him so much.
Bundy. He's an Australian and pisses more than 8 people combined. That's an insane drop-off between people.
That's a lot of piss
His parents
jars.
aren't all too
That's
jazzed
a lot of
about
piss.
him being an assassin, with them calling him a crazed gunman. He's honestly just a guy. He's probably the most normal. He just comes in, does his job, and leaves. Scout's real name is Jeremy. He's a Boston boy and the youngest of 8 brothers. Illiterate, egotistical, but at the very least, a quickster. And because of all the time he spent with Miss Paulin, he got a little crushy crush on her.
Not me cutting up the ooh.
Fun fact, as Chad is putting it right now, the lore team actually named Scout Jeremy after Germa.
Oh,
Germa
that's so
985.
great.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
fuck
were
yeah.
Like, yeah, no, we named him specifically after Germa.
I love that. We love
So
Germa.
fucking cool. Yeah.
Now, Spy's a French guy who may or may not be the father of Scout. He is. It's pretty much confirmed. Red Spy specifically is the dad of both Scouts, actually. He did both
Oh.
of the Scouts' moms last night. How embarrassing. Now, here's a fun little fact. In Meet the
Jesus.
Spy, the Red Spy is disguised before the Blue Sky shot between the eyes. He's acting as Scout, pretending to cry as the Red Spy got between his mom's thighs. Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Oh, shit.
Slather
Oh, shit.
myself in spaghetti. He's just shocked because someone actually got pictures of him doing someone's mom. That's a normal thing in this field of work. Ludwig, aka Mr.
Which,
Medic.
by the way, back when I watched this trailer, people were trying to explain that all to me, and I was like, I don't fucking. I'm sorry. There's 2, and then what is actually what?
Yeah.
I couldn't comprehend it because I just didn't. I just started to learn about TF2 shit. I was like, I don't. This is a lot.
I understand.
Someone's mom. That's a normal thing in this field of work. Ludwig, aka Mr. Medic, has no doctorate, never went to school, and had his medical license revoked when a patient's skeleton went missing. But at least he has a pigeon named Archimedes. In a room full of
Archimedes!
psychopaths, Medic shines upon them and will prioritize exclusively his own goals. I think the engineer is the most vague. Red and blue Engies are both related. Red Engie, Del Conacher, has 11 PhDs, has innovated the immortality machines, and out of everyone, I think
Okay.
he's the one not showing his cards, in part due to how powerful his knowledge is compared to everyone else, even Medic. Travis Finnegan de Groot, better known as Demo Man, is a Scottish hyper-alcoholic cyclops. He comes from a rich family to associate success with the amount of jobs worked. Demo, for example, earns 7 figures through 3 jobs, and his father worked 26 at one point. It's tradition.
Jesus Christ!
I forgot about his dad working 26 at once.
What the fuck, man?
For the DeGroots to
Oh,
be up
man.
for adoption when young. He was only taken in when he blew up his adoptive parents and the Loch Ness Monster at the same time. One Halloween, he's offered a job to clean a library for a single nickel by a wizard. Yes, a wizard named
What?
Erasmus, a 6,000-year-old figure. The only rule Demo has to follow is not open any of the books.
He opens a book.
So Demo opens a book, and now
Yeah.
he has a haunted eye socket. Whatever, dude.
Yep.
Holy hot dogs, what the frick frock
Haunted
snick
eye
snack do
socket.
I say about Soldier? Very stupid, master of war, master
His
of
name is
rocket
Jane Doe.
jumping, drinks so
Oh,
much
that's-
lead water, Flint, Michigan
Wait,
would have...
his name is Jane Doe?
Yes, Jane Doe.
Not
Like the generic name Jane Doe.
Yeah, but there's like a male version that you can use.
Nope.
They chose to
Yeah, they
go
gave
with
him
the
Jane
female
Doe.
version. Okay, that's
Yeah.
all right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
a drought.
Yes.
He's a lawyer, a patriot, and probably...
Yeah, John Doe, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
this-
John Doe. No, but he's Jane Doe.
He's Jane
That's
Doe.
canon.
Okay, no, just
Yeah.
checking. Just checking. Yeah.
sleeps in a running washing machine. He wanted to fight in World War II, got rejected by every military branch.
God
Went to
damn!
Poland himself and went on a massive rampage until he heard about the war ending in 1949. Reminder, World War II ends in 19...
What do you mean? In 1949 is when he found out. What do you mean?
4 years
What
after
the door?
the
You're
war
fucking off and doing what?
1945. He very likely removed a small country's worth of men from the population. And then there's Pyro.
I remember seeing your reaction to
I don't
that.
know.
Holy
They're my
shit.
favorite.
Video, and it's
Pyro and
fucking
Heavy are my
awesome.
favorites to play. They make me feel like the best player in the whole wide world. We don't know anything about Pyro. They're just happy to be here. I like all these characters, though. I sure am glad, despite the millions of deaths they've suffered by the player base, I'm glad a respawn machine prohibits that whole death thing from actually happening. Maybe it, like, makes the mercs forget that they died or something. I'm not so sure. What I do know is that the administrator and Miss Pauling do not want either side being friendly with each other, nor do they want progress on Red or Blue's end. Again, they wear purple. Like, at one point, Red Demo and Blue Soldier become best friends and seemingly are gonna refuse to kill each other and maybe talk about their jobs and maybe
smooch.
even talk about their contracts. The
smooch.
possibility of this alone makes the administrator force upon them a friendship divorce. But Saxton, on the other hand, he's the cool boss in the office. His office desk is a grill. That's badass.
His office
Saxton
is
and
such girl. He's so manly, dude. He is the most man of man. Oh my god.
His office desk, and I forgot, he ran through that wall and it made the shape of Australia. Again,
Brilliant.
fucking beautiful.
Brilliant.
invented the internet and buys all of Europe. He found the Yeti species, captured them, and then built a Yeti
forgot
park
he invented the
exclusively
internet.
to hunt the Yetis.
What?
And then when the Yetis go extinct, he makes that a battlefield. I mean, what do I say? He's Saxton Hale. For 4 to 6 years, the gravel
Yeah.
wars will happen with these teams. A lot is gonna happen. And even though they have an objective chronological order of events, it hardly matters. Plus, I forgot to write down the order, so I'm just gonna go in whatever feels right. Outside of the Meet the Team videos, the mercenaries do a couple of things to appease the public. One Christmas, the Blue Scout pile drives an old lady or something, and when they're on trial, the Blue Soldier causes so much of a ruckus that both of them end up in Elf and Malsantha respectively. And just to be safe, Blue Spy comes with them. While giving a little boy a haircut, old Nick returns. I probably shouldn't do that anymore. Old Nick tries to abduct little Jack because he can, and in self-defense, Jack moseys on over and offers him a lovely scarf that makes him fall asleep in excitement. Throughout
Oh
the
my
Halloween, some more
Jesus
stuff
Christ!
happens. Erasmus will show up and
Damn.
cause a lot of problems, mostly over refusing to do the dishes, and because someone brought a vegetable dip with hummus of all things. That charcuterie board sucks if it has hummus as the best dip. Each year, new things will invade, like Zephyr.
What's wrong with hummus? What?
It's just, this guy was so weirdly passionate about it. I just started nodding. I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, that's fair take. All right, yeah.
You've ruined the charcuterie if you bring only hummus as the best one.
You should have, many a dip. Fair enough. Yeah. No, if you're gonna have dips, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yep. But also, charcuterie boards normally you would like to have a spreadable cheese instead. Spreadable cheese. Of dips, yeah, fair enough. Or maybe like slight jams, little jams and jellies. You can have those. Usually,
Pariah will show up, the horseless headless horseman, and Demo Man's other eye comes back to haunt as this monster monoculus.
Holy
I
shit.
understand why you drink
Yeah,
now,
it's a
Demo
Halloween
Man.
event.
Fortunately, at least one time, Erasmus gets arrested because when returning to an expo, he discovers that Soldier made their home a raccoon sanctuary with
That's
an
sick.
abundance of sour cream.
I love that so much. I fucking love him. It's raccoons in sour cream. Hello.
They're roommates, by the way. I just forgot to add that. They lived with
yeah.
each other. Erasmus threatens to kill him, but Soldier took the come back from the dead stronger pills, and then an officer arrests him for this entire fiasco. In 1971, there's Expiration date. Red gets the weekend off after successfully stealing a briefcase. When the team finds out that every time they used engineers' teleporters, the devices that they've been using for up to 4 years at this point, have riddled all of them with tumors. And they confirm this through the bread. I don't know how Heavy has never noticed this, so while trying to do something nice, Spy comes up with the idea to accomplish everyone's last wishes, but Scout does some shenanigans and nearly ruins the whole thing.
So you're saying that me having cancer was just a part of TF2 lore, right?
Correct. You
Got-
ate bread and got cancer from TF2. From from TF2 cancer.
Or I got it from going through one of the teleporters. My bad. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Well, now you know, you gotta wait for that stuff to be a little more developed before you go through.
Yeah, next
Otherwise, you get cancer.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
In actuality, he has a final wish to go on a date with Miss Pauling. After a montage, Scout basically fails all the teachings, so he just gives it the good old college try, even though I'm convinced Scout probably didn't even graduate.
I realize I'm such a dick because I always get like thousands of new subs every month, right? And every time there'll be like a person who goes, "She had cancer," and like this is how they find out. They go, "What the fuck?"
She had cancer? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just me being like, yo, did I get that shit from TF2 or what? I probably got from League.
It all makes sense. Now it was Key's fault. Oh my god.
He sounds the briefcase missing alarm to summon Miss Pauling and wastes her yearly day off. Then Engie and Medic discover, hey,
oh, but you got a
those
crush.
aren't tumors. Those are just the green virus. And only bread can get the green. So as long as no one...
Oh, man! So that doesn't explain the catch.
any bread and never does it again, there will be no problems. But off-screen, after getting a bucket as his last wish, Soldier was told at the start, and I quote, teleport as much bread as you would like. So for the past 70 straight hours, Soldier has just been teleporting bread. So the bread just becomes a giant monster for over 4 years. This monster was roaming around Europe. I don't even want to think about what he's done if the military rejected him in every branch. Fighting happens, bing bong, explosion. Death. Also, every game of TF2 is canon. You can't prove otherwise. And then, it happens. Redman and Blutarch rent the Alamo and propose a truce. It turns out Gray was the one to call him there, taking out his brothers once and for all in one fell swoop, and the gravel wars are over, with no more paychecks, and with both teams' bosses out of the picture. All mercenaries are about to go home and pack up and leave, but then Miss Pauling reveals, oh wait, guys, Saxton got a new job for you. Just go beat up the machines. Throwing everyone back into work to protect Manco facilities from Greyman and his machines. And they're only getting paid because robots run on money somehow. I feel like regular paper would be easier, but hey, that's fine. Heavy likes sandwiches. In this man versus machine period, there's still more stuff going on despite both teams working together now. Medic figures out how to revive people within a 5-second rule, and the Mann brothers are back as ghosts. Now, technically, Blutarch won the gravel wars by 7 seconds, but since neither of them could do the paperwork, they gotta go to Soldier, who, might I remind you, is a lawyer, where he...
True, because they weren't stabbed at the same time. One was stabbed before the other. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so
he reveals the winner is whoever can go to an afterlife last. So the brothers decide they're gonna send each other to hell, and the gravel wars are back on for a little bit. Wow,
yeah,
cool.
dude!
Despite everything changing, nothing has changed. This period of man versus machine content takes us through a majority of 1972, and nothing would change until it didn't not change. Gray McMahon takes a step back and changes his approach to this new war. He surrenders and then challenges Saxton to the Manco challenge, a fight that states if the challenger wins, they get the entire company. Gray declares Saxton will fight the current company CEO, and knowing that Saxton will only spare babies, Gray promoted his daughter to the CEO.
Oh, that's dirty. Because I was like, dude's guaranteed to win, and then you fucking, you bitch. Oh, what a cop-out.
Making Saxton instantly forfeit and instantly ending the challenge, throwing away Manco. But could you imagine if Saxton just ignored it and just threw that child out the window like a discus? This is the same story where people died over hats. It's not impossible. The tragic failure on Hale's part results in all mercs losing their job to AI. The administrator tells all of her employees to scatter and go into hiding, and this only becomes an issue for 3 of the characters. Soldier needs to move out of his castle, and somehow his scouts helping him load his stuff. Soldier breaks both of Scout's arms. Now, right before Spy leaves, Scout asks for help attaining his savings at the Two-Fort Bank, and this turns out to be exclusively Tom Jones merch, thinking that his death will significantly increase the value of it. And this ends up leading to stupid Bitcoin and the Two-Fort mayor trapping the 2 in the bank.
You know what? My apologies. Why not? Is the correct response to that. Yeah. We correct myself.
agree to go to jail. Now, Scout, I understand falling for this, but how did Spy not at least attempt to leave? Was he setting a good example? Did he want father-son time? They've been co-workers for like 4 years. Scout seems like a good friend to see a couple times a month, but not really like living with him. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not all too interested in getting arrested in New Mexico. Now it's late 1972 to early 1973 probably. I don't know. I wasn't there. 6 months have passed since the team split, and the administrator has a plan in the main comic run. During all this time, Australium has been quickly diminishing, and there's not much left on the planet. Yet she somehow managed to net 89,000 tons of it. So Miss Pauling is tasked to find as many mercs as possible and find any remaining Australium. So she looks for the red team and starts with anyone who stayed in the Southwest. Soldier's currently doing celebrity house tours, starting at Tom Jones's house, which leads to his death in the process. This hardly matters. Also, Marasmus is Tom's current roommate, but not anymore. Next, they find a depressed CEO Pyro at this place called Frontier Engineering, where his passion for arson is reignited by his pals. And Demo, he's just a sad guy. He just jumps back. He jumps back in pretty instantly. Next up, Spy and Scout still in jail. Miss Pauling and Pyro go to burn books as Grays on their trail, using all the resources and his own immortality machine to stop them, while Demo and Soldier go to court trying to free their big old buds. They failed. So now there's a public execution. And before anything happens, Miss Pauling goes in and goes, nuh-uh, instantly convincing the town to give up. Thank you, Leadwater, for poisoning the town and saving the day. Then the
You know what? The Leadwater really did come in clutch, but also fuck us over many times. You know, this is...
Yeah. You know, lesson learned. If you want to help your friends, poison the water supply.
The more you know.
Look for Heavy and Sniper. Pyro, Soldier, and Scout all go to Siberia, while Pauling, Demo, and Spy go to Australia. The Siberia team finds Amelia Earhart's place of plane crash, finding her remains in a hot dog soup. And after smothering themselves in honey, they attract baby bears. This is when Heavy shows up and gives that bear a stern talking to. This crew goes over to Heavy's house, and Jana, I think that's how you say her name, I'm gonna say it like that, please don't yell at me. One of Heavy's sisters gets a boyfriend, and his name is Soldier. That's not Soldier's name. His name's actually Mr. Jane Doe. Okay. Oh, and then the family decides to go back to America because Siberia's cold. And also cold. Right as this happens, the Australia team makes it to Australia, where they see firsthand how no Australium is a bummer for the populace, and the gang spends about a week in Australia. But while that is happening, Saxton Hale finds his ex working for Charles Darwin, where Charles offers...
What if Saxton just has a butt plug of Australium in his ass? That's why he's always like meaty even when he leaves it.
He constantly always is powered up by it.
Yeah. That's not a theory?
Deny it. I wouldn't deny it. I don't think I've heard that anywhere else, but
I feel like that just makes sense.
It's not a far cry, you know.
Yeah. It's like
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Or he could just have it in his pocket, you know.
No, but as a true manly man, right? Like sometimes the clothing needs you to be stark naked while wrestling like 3 tigers and like 2 bears, right? Just dick and fair, balls flapping in the wind, half erect.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, it's gotta go in his ass.
Fair enough.
To get Manco back in exchange for some Australian to keep the endangered animals alive. And then the other team makes it to Australia. Scout and Heavy are tasked with going to Ayr Rock, where they stumble upon Saxton and Maggie. This will be important. Everyone else needs to go to New Zealand, as supposedly all the last supply is over there. Only problem is that New Zealand decided to go underwater. The entire city is at the bottom of the ocean because one scientist said so. He said the world was gonna end. It didn't. To counteract this, Gray sends out a new team that's actually Team Fortress Classic, alongside the Medic, who does not give a sloppy string slackleberry shoot about needing to hunt his old friends. And as this happens, Soldier, Jana, and Spy sneak into the Australian Navy and kindly ask to borrow a submarine. Miss Pauling and Demo find Sniper's house, where Sniper nearly takes him out, and he found out he's adopted. But this means Sniper's all good with going to New Zealand, and the whole gang goes on down to the underwater. Don't ask where Pyro was during this time. There was no explanation. In New Zealand, the crew discovers Sniper's real parents, revealing that he's not a true Australian, and that explains why Australium never gave him superpowers, and his real name is Mundy. I've heard Slurpees with better names. Also, it turns out Sniper's parents also they're kind of dicks. His dad wasted all the Australium to paint test rockets to space while his mom takes the last one. And to rub like 14 pounds of salt into Sniper's big old flesh wound, his dad steals the submarine, never to be seen again, and then the classic mercenaries shoot Sniper, killing him instantly. When the classic team returns with the red team...
man! He got done so dirty! What the shit?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
He
Pretty
decides
bad,
to
I
do
remember
a final
that.
Manco facility invasion where he gets the administrator's remaining Australium until Classic Heavy thinks to himself, hey, I want to be immortal. Why am I making this shriveled racing man immortal? So he rips out Gray's immortality machine, leaving him to perish and taking him out of the story as Gray's machines are about to do their invasion. Soldier and Janna are being interrogated by Classic Pyro until Janna removes her hand to blow up Classic Pyro. Pauling and Spire are about to take some cyanide until Heavy and Scout show up. Woohoo!
Shearing of the cyanide capsule. Hold on. I'll break the tooth and then I'll squish it around in my mouth and spit it into yours, okay?
But just kidding.
I think that may have been what actually happened. I don't remember if that's exactly what happened, but I think that's pretty close.
Brilliant.
Spy and demo. Then Soldier and Janna appear, show Classic Spy how to turn his head around like an owl, and Janna punches Pauling so hard the kinetic energy knocks the Classic Demo Man to the ground, where the Spy chokes him with handcuffs. Across the base, Medic revives Sniper as he has a nice moment realizing how much his adopted parents love him, once and for all accepting his job not as a crazed gunman, but as an assassin. And when he wakes up, Classic Heavy just starts yelling, he sucks, he's a jerk, and I hate him. I hope he shrivels. The red team skedaddles, but nearly gets all their blood removed from the blood-sucking robots. But it's fine, because Demo Man, having an alcoholic withdrawal, has taught his vital organs to produce alcohol, meaning that it is running through his veins and poisons the robots.
shot!
The final fight
Yeah,
begins.
he doesn't
Scout,
bleed.
Heavy,
He just
Saxton,
has
and
alcohol.
Maggie land from a plane with the team weapons.
man?
Pyro melts Classic Scout and Classic Soldier. Spy and Sniper get Classic NG and Classic Sniper, and on their way back, they stumble onto a near-death Scout. Spy disguises himself as Tom Jones and announces how proud he is of his son, going down this path, and Scout goes out smiling, finally knowing
Oh,
once
that's
and for
actually
all,
so
his
nice.
father
Yeah.
was Tom Jones, but actually Spy.
Yeah. Aww.
He doesn't die, by the way. This is TF2.
Oh, never mind.
The good guys live
Okay.
forever. In heaven, God and Scout are home dogs. They have foosball tables. They send Tom Jones to super heaven, and Scout gets to revive himself. Back on the battlefield, all the fighting is
Alright,
fighting,
vibes.
ending off with a
Yeah.
heavy versus
Fun
heavy
fact,
fight.
I
It's
guess he
mostly
didn't go over it then. But God is like, did you get like super pussy like while you were down there on Earth? And Scout's like, no, women didn't like me. And he's like, what? That was the point of sending you down there, was to get all the pussy. God loves Scout so much. He's like, I'm glad you're here, bro. Like, here's all this shit, but like, why didn't the women totally go after you?
Dude, you're supposed to get
It's my
super
favorite.
poo. What
That's
happened,
my
bro?
favorite thing. That's my favorite piece of lore when it comes to Scout.
God's gift
Yeah,
to
Scout
women.
is literally God's gift to women.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
love it.
that's the dialogue. I remember it. He's like, you're literally God's gift to women.
Holy shit.
toward Red Heavy's win until Classic Heavy puts on Gray's Australium device and stains Medic's perfectly good coat with strawberry jam. Now, Medic was a German who was very likely in World War II, so he's going straight to hell. But during this time, Medic stole the souls of either the Classic or Red mercenaries, meaning that the devil owns only a ninth of his souls. But in exchange for 2 more of those souls, he gets brought back for 50 years. Now, Medic reveals that he stuffed baboon uteruses in Classic Heavy, which baffles him so much, it provides Red Heavy with enough time.
I'm sorry, baboon uteruses?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does it accomplish? What?
Just for fun.
Okay, it's like.
You gotta understand, anything that the Medic does is purely for scientific interest.
Oh.
And he's a psychopath, like actual scientific psychopath. So he just did it, you know, just because.
time to
He
pull out
could.
Gray's immortality machine, which drains the rest of the life force. It's all over. Red wins. Australium is gone forever. And then it's revealed during all of this adventure, Engineer's been with the administrator, rationing the remaining Australium that they have and keeping her deceased for upwards of several hours. She only has about 6 months to live, and she just goes, let's just ball. I don't give a hoot. And she goes all or nothing, uses the rest of it at once, gives her 1 hour of youth. And oh man, the finale
She kinda hot, though.
comic.
Yeah, she's smoking.
The finale comic of this is crazy. It doesn't exist.
Oh.
It does now.
There
It
is
does
no
now?
finale.
Yes, it's real.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I guess this video was made back before it came out, but it came out like earlier this year or last year. I forgot.
See,
I haven't actually
Valve,
read it.
The creators
Oh.
of TF2 are very bad at finishing things. They like making good games, but don't really like counting to 3. The last update for TF2 was 2017. That's over 6 years ago. Finish the comic. 1 issue left, but no, we don't get to see it. We don't get to see
No, his
anything.
complaints are actually.
So
Oh.
here's what
Oh.
I would guess. I think
Yeah.
Saxton would punch Charles Darwin in the face and refuse Manco. I think Elizabeth and Helen could be the same person, and she was going to destroy the Manco legacy, which is why the story never escalates through the Gravel Wars. And I think all of the mercs would have found some new jobs, some together, some doing their own things, and in the end, it doesn't matter. TF2 mostly lives on via the community, who, you know, they got some good things like TF2 Classic, and then they got some bad eggs like every community does. Treat others how you want to be treated, guys. Don't be bucket dippers. Be good people. Well, that's all, folks. Look
He's
at this
such a-
sad
this- I
statistic
love
and
this
feel
guy.
guilty. Here's a GamerSubs code. Hey, Tyler, there's someone behind you. I love doing that joke. I hope that freaks someone out. Really? I don't have much
That's
else
amazing.
to add. All I could say is, oh, I don't know.
That's such a good
Maybe,
joke.
Oh, I don't know. Finish the comic!
Hey, listen, don't worry, man.
This guy is fantastic.
He's funny. I like him.
I like him too. Oh my god.
So now you know.
Dude,
of
the
TF2.
lore is so good.
Ah.
Roosevelt just sucks at rocket jumping, and that's sick to know.
that you know, now you know, and now you know that Shakespearecles is the reason that rocket jumping was the primary method of transport in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
So. Honestly, this is gonna fuck with my knowledge pool. I'm gonna say some stupid shit at some point, and people are gonna be
Good.
like, Alicia, what? Like, what?
What did you just say? What? That's not what?
Huh?
You had to go rocket jump over to the store. It's fucking nuts. A lot of traffic.
Who was it that invented the stairs again?
Oh, that was Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham, yeah. That would be like, oh yeah, Abe Lincoln invented stairs. And people are like, what the
And that
fuck?
was about 300 years after Shakespearecles invaded rocket jumping.
Yeah,
more or less.
yep.
So, you know.
Thanks for watching, YouTube. We'll catch you later. Thanks for your love and support always. If there's like lore videos you guys always check out for stuff, just let me know in the comments down below. Just recommend them. Don't post links. Links are cringe, but just like you let me know in the comments. Name of one.
Yeah.
See you guys later. Bye.